So I'm finally getting around to making my castle. Now I'm going to be using some boxes. That's going to represent the internal part of the actual castle or fort. And then I've got these tubes that wrapping paper came in. They're going to go on each of the corners. But before I do that, what I've got here is just a piece of board. It's 2 pieces of corrugated cardboard covered in paper, glued on, and it's giving me a really nice thick board to work with. I know I'm going to have a circle here, a circle here, a circle here. That's going to be the doorway, so the door here. I've decided I'm going to have like a house at the back here, and then the rest of this is going to be courtyard. And what I'm going to do is add a roof to this, a pitched roof. And that's easy to do. All I'm going to use is the same cardboard I've got here for that, because I know that that's exactly the same width. I'm going to score through like that, and then I can bend it, and that's going to make the pitch of my roof. Well, I've put the house together. I put a little chimney on. All I did was a little roll of paper with a little bit cut out on the top, and I've also put tiles on it one side as well, and they were really easy, and I haven't done any particular consistent shape or size other than they're all similar. They're all kind of like that sort of shape, and then went along overlapping a little bit as I went and leaving a little bit of a gap as well, because I think the gap just sets it off nicely. It's not really going to let rain in, is it? Because that would be filled with something. And then the next level I put so they covered up the join. Well, now the little house is finished, or the building is finished that goes inside, what I need to do is my towers. I've already made one, and this is it. Really simple to make. I cut down my length of tube, and then just cut out a circle the same size or slightly smaller than the actual tube. Measured it using my compass. And now all I need to do is pop this on here, but I need to make sure that they all line up and they're all at the right height, and it's fairly level. I'm doing that by eye. So yeah, there we go. So I'm very happy with that. I've also made this to go round it. It's just a strip of card that I've cut out, but the important thing is I want this to fit on the outside, so I've measured that all up, and now I'm using my fingers just to soften this card so that when I glue it together, it will glue really easily and in a nice circle. So while that's completely dry and so I can maneuver it about, what I'm going to do is pop a bead of hot glue around the underside of this, and that will stop it going any further. It's going to keep it right in place. Lovely. I've also made some little, I think they're called finials or something similar, to go round just to give it a little bit of fancy smancy. And while that glue is drying there, I'm going to push those in, and if your glue dries too quick, you can always just use the end of your nozzle here to heat it up again a little bit, so you can stick your little finial in. So they're all in there really nicely now. And now that's dry, all I've got to do is attach that to here. And then when I've got that on like that, I always go round it with a little bit of PVA glue on the inside as well, because I think that gives it that little bit of extra support that it needs. And for the top bit, have no idea what that's called, tower top bit roof, I've cut out 1/3 of a circle, and this works really, really well. Again, I'm going to bend all that around until I'm really happy that it's pliable enough. Take the point bit, there, like that, and then join those edges together, and then seal them up like that. And then to give that a little bit of extra support, because it's only the edges that have glued together, I put in some PVA glue like this on the inside, and then add a piece of triangular paper, and you'll be surprised how much additional support that gives. And then push that down and let that dry onto there. And then obviously that just glues on there like so. And I'm going to tile each one of those little tops in the same way as I did the little house. And then before I put any of the painting effects, I will go round and give everywhere a good coat in a waterproof PVA glue. And that's so it protects the cardboard, doesn't make it go soggy when you put the air dry clay on it. Well, everything's dry now and ready to go to the next stage. I'm going to cover these in fake brick. And I'm going to be using my air dry clay that I made that is a textured air dry clay. It gives a great result. This is the result it gives, really good, and it's so easy to make. If you want to know how to make this, then I'll link the video at the end of this video and you can check it out. And I will leave this overnight to fully dry. It is just a case of getting this on here, and I'm going to use my hands to push this all the way on here, and it is going to thicken this up quite considerably. Well, now I've got it all covered, give it a bit of a smooth off. Dipping my knife in some water. Not too much, I don't want to saturate it. And I also don't want to smooth it off too much. And I'm going to go around the whole thing like this. I use my knife, dipping it in water, and this is where I'm going to put my bricks in. By going round with the edge all the way around until I've got right to the very top on equal distance of these pieces. You don't have to push too firmly on this clay, and it paints lovely. All I need to do is put my bricks in, and I know roughly what sort of size I want, so I'm going in here just with a smaller tool and putting them in. And obviously I'm offsetting them as you would with normal bricks, and it's surprising how quickly this starts to look like real stone brick. I'm going to leave that to dry and then just get on with the other ones. I'm also going to use exactly the same method to put the flagstones on here. Well, my house is all nice and dry. I've given the roof a quick coat of the PVA as well, and now I'm adding on my tiles. I thought that would look a little bit nicer than just the square tiles. It's really easy to do. All I'm doing is going over each one of the tiles like this with some of my textured air dry clay, which absolutely dries beautifully, and then smoothing it out and giving it a little bit of rustic feel to it. It'll stick to this cardboard really well, especially with that extra glue layer on the top that I've put on to make sure that it doesn't make the cardboard underneath wet. I also went along and put some brickwork, as you can see, in the chimney and finished off the chimney pot, and I shall also do the front of the building. Shan't do the back because you're not going to see the back. Well, this is all dried now and ready to paint. I'm really pleased with how it's come out. I am absolutely loving this project. I haven't glued anything together yet because I'm waiting till I've painted it, because I think it'll be easier to paint in separate pieces. What I'm going to do first is cover the whole thing in a base coat, a very light base coat, because I want this to be quite a light stoned castle. This is going to be my base colour, and I've mixed that up using white, ultramarine, a little bit of red, and a little bit of burnt sienna. And now it's just going to be a case of going all the way around, making sure that I get a really good, even covering of this everywhere, because this is, like I said, the base coat rather than the final colour, and I don't want to make this too dark. And then I'll put some washes on and different bits and pieces that I'll show you. I won't use this on the roof here because that is going to be an orangey kind of reddy colour, and I won't use it on the roof tiles here, but I am going to use it everywhere else. Well, that's everything with its base coat on now, the castle and the little keep house. Now I'm going to put this on all the way over the tiles. And this isn't the last thing I'm going to do. I am going to brighten these tiles up a little bit as well. And let that kind of run where it wants to run to really calm down that colour a little bit. And then I will do the same on the other side. Well, now that's dry, and I'm going to brighten it up a little bit. And what I'm going to use is the base paint that I made for the roof, which is just like an orange. What I'm going to do is dry brush that onto there, getting some in my brush, and then knocking most of that off again. And you can see some of the little highlights on there now starting to appear. Well, that's the roof finished now, or coloured as I want it to get. And what I'm going to do now is dry brush a little bit of a semi-gloss varnish over it. Now, I don't want it all to be sparkly and shiny because I think that would be a shame. But I do want some bits to kind of stick out a little bit more than others. So I'm going to dab some varnish over it just so it catches the light a little bit differently. What I'm going to do is some stippling on it with some yellow, some blue and red. Most of this isn't going to show through anyway. And I'll go around the whole thing and the castle like that. Well, the castle's all finished. I put it together. I put some fake grass and some fake trees around it and all the little doors on. And I am overjoyed with it. Let me know what you think of it in the comments. It's the first time I've ever really built anything like this. It was quite easy to do. All it used was glue and Amazon boxes and my own textured paste. If you want me to make some more things like this, then let me know in the comments. I would happily try it again. I can't tell you how much I have enjoyed doing this. Don't forget, boop that like button. It really helps me to get my videos out there. And leave me a comment. That really helps too. Take care. Enjoy your crafting. Bye.